Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer. Today, I'm going on a photo walk in the city of Lookout Mountain, and I'm going to take the Leica SL2 with a new to me lens, kind of borrowed actually, do some photography with it. Let's see what we can come away with. This is a really beautiful town, real picturesque, not a lot of hoopla goes on up here. We're up on the top of the mountain from downtown Chattanooga is where we are. And I've been here quite a few times. We'll go on just like a 2 or 3 mile walk here sometimes, and it's just real picturesque. This is something that's interesting. Is like some towns will be civil engineered and the streets will be parallel to the avenues and things like that, and they're numbered logically. And some are like this, where you have a road coming in, a road going down the hill, and then the one I just walked down. And right up there at that yield sign, it's 4 roads that meet in a completely random direction. And you just don't know what you're gonna get. But yeah, I was just crossing through here. This is North Forest Avenue and something. What's this? East Sunset Drive Road, East Sunset Road. So far I found a lot of benches and like yard ornaments. While the houses are real beautiful, they're nestled into the trees in such a way you really just can't hardly get a photo of them. Once I got over here to the brow though, the pictures will start to be a little more plentiful. There's more to photograph because it's a little more open, since there's nothing behind the houses off the brow, and these houses like to have the openness a lot of times. There'll be more to photograph. Like the one across the street's enormous and beautiful, but you can't hardly see it because of the trees and the foliage. But yeah, I'm making my way slowly up here to the incline. The upper wheelhouse or the motor house of the incline's at the top, and I'm pretty sure it's all open access except for the incline up and down the mountain. You got to buy a ticket to do that. So I'm gonna go there and get some photos in there too, and then maybe walk on up to the Point Park before I start heading back to the truck. But so far, choosing not to bring the camera strap has turned out to be a terrible idea. Should not have done that. I have wanted that strap almost the whole time now, but nah, you live with it, your decisions, and you move on. All right, here's your random history lesson for the video. If you'll notice, you can tell this house was built probably in between 1900 and 1950. I'll put a 50-year window in there. Probably more like between 1920 and 1945 or 50, because of the way the roof is built on this porch. As you can see, they have the rafters coming down. Well, you probably can't see because of the exposure. Let me get under here where it'll expose a little better. All right, you can see the rafters are actually exposed, and the ends, you can see the ends come through, and they have decorative millwork on the ends of them. And then also the decking underneath is 1x4s all the way down. There's no plywood. That wasn't done by choice, that was done out of necessity. They didn't have access to plywood when they done this roof, or they would have used it. You could argue that they was doing decorative work here, but I am very certain that that was done because plywood wasn't a real common building material at the point. And these rafters almost look like they're sawmill lumber. They've been painted so many times it's hard to tell. That's your little history nugget. You can see those exposed rafters. You'll see them a lot in colder climates, warmer weather climates, mainly because they don't have to insulate their ceiling to keep warm. So you'll see them protrude past and they won't be boxed soffit. Like down the side of the house, he's got little decorative ones screwed on, I can tell. No, the bricks were added post construction. You can see it because you can see how it goes up and underneath the brick wall. But yeah, this type of construction is indicative of before they were really insulating houses. I have finally arrived. It's been such a long and arduous walk, all of about 1.5 miles. I ain't went far. It just seems like it's further. Yeah, that green roof building up there is the actual incline. I'm pretty sure I can go down to the motor room. You can actually see the winches that pull the incline up and down the mountain. So we'll see if we can get down there to it without having to buy a ticket. Check out the old Plymouth. That's pretty sweet. I want you to notice something about the incline. Look, right in here at all those EMS antennas. So many UHF or VHF antennas on top of this building. That's incredible. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 antennas in one spot. That's impressive. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna do a walkthrough. Let's see how it looks. I ain't done one of these in a public place in a long time. You got the restaurant, the gift shop. Out here is the incline. Hey, they're waiting to go. That's what that line is. They're waiting on the next one to arrive. I'm gonna go around here and go down to the machinery room.
I don't want to go lower. I want to see. Daddy, see something cool.
Oh, it's leaving. It just left. Look, there it is right there. And there's 2 of them coupled together so they counterbalance, and there's a spot in the track halfway where it doubles into 2 lanes and they pass each other, but they share a track on the bottom and the top, so it's only one track to the center, then it doubles, and there's just little places where it just goes around and they pass each other at the halfway point. But yeah, it's a single cable connected to 2 cars. And here's the machinery room. This is the brake. Brake is right there. Lot of reduction. That's a pretty large motor. Here's the elevation map. 72% grade at this point right here. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's there. I'll try to take a photo of this map. Yeah, it elevates from grade at 0 to 1,500 feet and 480 feet if I'm reading the map right. Wow. We'll go up to the upper observation deck. Now that the cars arrived, it'll unload and reload, and then it'll head right back down the mountain. There's all them antennas. Yeah, they're all over the place.
Come on, let's go down. don't want to see that now.
See what I can notice.
And there it goes. Notice how silent it runs. He just slammed the door. That's all that noise was. A little bit of an info tidbit for you is that whenever you see these little medallions nailed down to the road, those are plumb bob marks for the center of the tripod for a surveyor who's surveying a piece of property. That's what they're used for. And you'll see them on the roads usually nailed down into the asphalt. But yeah, that little dimple in the very center, that's for where the center of the plumb bob locates, so they know exactly where the tripod was set up. And through the magic of photography, I have made it back to the truck after my camera has, which has gotten back and been able to set up and get focused on me and everything. So that's kind of magical. Maybe one day I should do the video of how the video gets made. Y'all might be interested in seeing that. There's been at least one or two of them probably done on YouTube if I had to guess, but yeah, I got back, and the little lens that I used today was a lot of fun. I'm going to do its own review. This belongs to Hassan. He sent it to me so that I could play with it. It's a really interesting lens. It's very low profile, not heavy at all. But on a walk like this, a neck strap would have been nice. At least a wrist strap, you know, or something to take the burden off of holding the camera in your hand the whole time. That wasn't great. But I got some really cool architectural photos or urban photography or whatever you want to call it. Got some really interesting houses. Got some cool stuff at the incline. Had a good time. It was a really good walk. Went out. It took a little longer than I thought it would. It's only a 22-minute walk straight from here to the incline. And the truck's parked right here. The camera's sitting on the truck. But yet somehow I spent almost 2 hours doing this. I guess it's all the stopping and taking pictures and talking to the camera and stuff. But yeah, it's been a fun little photo walk. Lookout Mountain's a really beautiful little town. The Sunset Rock is about a mile that way, and it has a little tiny parking lot that has limited time parking in it. So if you want to go to Sunset Rock and you want the short walk, you got to get there kind of early, or just be lucky enough to hit it when there's an empty space. I normally park here and just hike it out. It's about a mile walk. It's not far, but it is pretty much uphill all the way, but it's downhill coming back. It's kind of a perk. But there's a little park right over here. A couple ladies just came by walking their dog. And it runs underneath the road and goes up this little holler right here. There's a park right there that's got some stuff. There's like a little restaurant and a little kind of townish like area. There's like a mechanic and some stuff right over there. If you go down this road and go that way, you come out in St. Elmo. Drops off. No, I take that back. This road drops off the mountain and comes out on Cummins Highway and goes by Ruby Falls. If you go on around a little bit, you can go out by Rock City. That one drops off straight into St. Elmo. But I'm not going to take either one of those. I'm going to go back across the mountain and avoid all the traffic. So until next time, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and I want to tell you to get your camera out and go take a picture with it. All right? We'll see you later. Bye-bye.